Hi, so I'd like to apologize in advance if I sound a bit nasally or take a lot of breaks or pauses throughout this video, just because I am a little sick right now. Um, but with that being said, let's just move forward. Um, I think a particular moment I was proud of, or something within this project that came out that I was super proud of, was the budget report. Um, I'm not used to making budgets, so it was a whole new experience for me to especially to work with like a template and work within the context of like the gaming industry and marketing. That I learned so much. Like there was not I don't think I went into that budget knowing exactly how things were gonna pan out. So it was a really interesting experience, and I think my team also worked very collaboratively in that part because we were all looking for resources and trying to compare and contrast what the average cost or salary or whatever monetary value certain aspects of our project would be. That we worked very collaboratively to try to find something that fit and made sense and was the most accurate. So I think it was a very meaningful experience and a very important tool to have, I think, with any type of project. Um, but that being said, I think when it comes to best practices or strategies, um, I wouldn't recommend going in thinking one way. You have to be able to have the flexibility um, to understand your team and understand what you're trying to deliver, um, and trying to see what system works best for that. If you don't have a product that needs a lot of like feedback or customer feedback even for its release, or you know whatever the end goal of the project is, if there's no need for flexibility, it's easier to keep things linear, keep everything time and task oriented. You would go for a more waterfall methodology. But I think methodologies are very dependent on your team, your deliverable, and you shouldn't be afraid to also change things up in case they're just not working. If you've been running on a linear sort of waterfall methodology, and then all of a sudden things take a turn, you need to be flexible and be able to incorporate new ways, you know, for like risk management. But what remains on our to-do list, um, there's nothing specific, hyper specific for our project other than like post metric tracking that we considered when we talked as a group this week. That would still be considered like a challenge or an obstacle. It's just something we haven't fully tackled. Um, but besides that, our team is working towards creating a pretty dynamic e-portfolio. Um, and we look forward to sharing that too. So, thank you.